Hi, this is my plank. It is a plank. It's actually a tone wood. It's a basswood, or basswood, basswood. I'm not sure how you say it. That's what it looks like. And there you go, there's the back. I'll show you what it sounds like. Okay, so I'm going to demo it with some distortion in a minute. I have a montage of photos of how I built it. I built it for a couple reasons. One, I get emails from guys who are just getting into this, don't want to spend much money, especially here in Canada where you can't find cigar boxes hardly at all anymore. They've got these really ugly green things, and they don't necessarily have a shop or saws or very much stuff. So you can put together something with a plank like this and a homemade neck like this for a fretless or something like that, and slap that on. And I mean, this will cost you $2. The tuners will cost you, $5 or $6. Or you can go to the music store and ask the guy for leftover tuners, because people swap them out and leave the old ones behind all the time. I know, because I used to work in a music store. So there's a lot of ways you can get around all sorts of stuff, and then you'd stick the piezo either under a little piece of wood under the bridge, or you could stick it actually under here, and you would have a piezo thing. Piezo CBG, not thing. Now this one here, the other thing I wanted to solve was I got a few emails that basically the guys are saying they'd like to build their own, but they don't want to build a piezo one. They want to build something they can play rock on. They're not really a vintage blues person, and a lot of people are playing a lot of rock nowadays, which is why I do those lessons and stuff. And this also solves that problem, because it's very, very inexpensive for a fretted instrument. This one's got frets. This came from Amazon, probably through Giddy, CB Giddy. In the States, this is like $50 free shipping. This pick was from MDG, but CB Giddy's got them. I just happened to like this particular one, and I ordered a bunch. They're about $10. Now, you don't even have to use the bridge like I did. You can use a metal, bolt. A lot of my guitars have bolts. I actually kind of like that sound. And over here for the jack, this is from an old Strat, because I got all the old pieces of guitars from when I worked in a store. But you don't have to do that either. You can actually get a little L bracket and hook the jack onto it. I know a guy who took it even further. He drilled 2 little holes in the flat part here and actually screwed his jack on like that. I'm not sure if I would recommend that, but he makes it work, and it sounds fine, so whatever. You can do all sorts of things. They also sell what they call female cords or female ends that have plastic. They're mounted in a little plastic tube, and you can put on one of them. You could even just tape it on. I think I've got a diddly bow, some of my lessons, where the jack is one of those and it's just taped on. So there's all sorts of things you can do without spending any money. And then onto the rock side of things. The only thing I should mention is in my montage there, I don't think I showed putting in a ground wire. And you notice the screws in the back. I didn't glue anything. This is smart. One of the few smart things that I ever do is because I started to play this, and of course we wanted some rock and roll sounds, and it started to hum. Why? No ground wire. The ground wire goes from here. You can I left it sticking out there, a little tiny bit, to the bridge underneath. But I forgot to tell you that, and I forgot to put it in. So I took off the string and took the neck off and took this off and ran the little wire, put it back together. So it's a wise idea, especially when you're first making something. If you don't have to glue anything, don't. And the other great thing about this particular concept, which I haven't really finished. I got to put, something decorative here to make it look a little nicer, because they're just hanging over the edges there or whatever, both parts. There's 3 screws under here that they come with those holes. So you don't have to do any drilling or anything like that. They actually have those holes under there. You just don't know that unless you mess with these things. And these were really inexpensive too. I mean, once again, like 10 bucks or something like that. Or you could just use a bolt. And then if you use a bolt, I left these three things on here. Well, first of all, it's good for the strap. But I left these on because you could do the rivet and strings through there at like next to nothing cost. But the other great thing about this, if I get tired of people commenting on me playing the plank, as I call it, I can always take this neck off and put it on top of a box. And actually, I think they're selling one on Amazon like that now, so if you got some money and you want to go just buy one, go right ahead. But it's really fun to make your own, and it's the same neck, and you can actually save yourself about half the price. Sorry, CB Giddy, but hey, it's fun to do stuff by yourself. And oh, even the wood, believe it or not, I found this finished on Amazon. And once again, it was like this piece of wood was like 10 bucks. That probably seems a lot for a piece of wood, but it's basswood, and it's finished. You know, a really nice light. It's not like a glossy finish that would kill vibration or anything like that. It's a nice light sort of finish. So anyway, since this was built for some rock and roll, I'll see if I can get a rock and roll sound. I should mention another reason I built it like this with the neck on top, not only being able to switch boxes and do all sorts of things like that, was access to the higher notes. A lot of cigar box guitars, they end almost here. We're up here somewhere, and if you want to play anything higher, you got to try to reach over, and depending on where you got it, the necks aren't so good up there. This neck's pretty good everywhere. They do a good job. So you take a song like Pride and Joy, Stevie Ray Vaughan, if you don't know. You know, it sounds okay down there. I mean, nothing wrong with that. But when I was doing a lesson, I did it up here, and I had to reach over the instrument, and, you know, I got it done. It was actually pretty awkward. And I've had people mention, you know, hey, that was great, but I can't do it on my cigar box guitar. But with a guitar like this, which you can make for next to nothing, you can do it up here. Hopefully better than that. You can reach up there and get all the notes you want. Or for improvising, you know, you have lots of room.